Hi guys, welcome to this afternoon's writing live stream. How are we doing today? I must apologize because I did not get this stream up until 1:56 p.m. because I was asleep until 1:51 p.m. So I had quite a long nap today. I was up at like let's go with 9 this morning, although technically 8. And I tried to sleep until 9. And then I was up and about, and I fell asleep on the couch from like noon to pretty much now, and it was a good nap. However, it might mean I am somewhat low energy in the beginning of our stream, and it also meant that I dropped the ball a little bit in terms of getting the stream live and up. Hi, good boy. He was not sleeping with me, although I'm sure he was sleeping somewhere, and will continue to sleep during this live stream. I think during this first sprint, I'm definitely going to eat some lunch because I totally bypassed the lunch hour. I think I'm gonna make. Or will I have lunch? I'm thinking of because 15 minutes isn't that long. I really wanted to make apples and peanut butter because that's something I have and haven't had to haven't been able. I have it. I have the ingredients. I got apples and peanut butter, and I feel like I want that because I haven't eaten it in a while. That is all. I'm gonna go ahead and get the timer set up. I'm proud of myself for getting up and still doing this live stream, even though I was just straight up asleep. I'm sorry my thought process is a little slower. It's because it actually is, because I think my brain is still waking up. My brain definitely needs food. So here's the timer. We're gonna have 15 minutes for the first sprint. I'm gonna probably just figure out some admin stuff. Maybe get up and make that apples and peanut butter. Oh, I'm gonna yawn probably 6 more times. But then we'll be off to the races. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, everyone. That was the end of our first sprint. Excuse me if I continue to get this apple and peanut butter out of my teeth, but I did it. Success. Made somewhat of a meal. I also rediscovered that I have these little tiny bowls that are meant for soy sauce. However, I've discovered that they are like perfect vessels for peanut butter, and I did just get some on my fingers, so I'll have to do something about that. But they're really cute on the bottom, and I bought this at a pottery fair, at the same place where I go and do my pottery. I just get peanut butter all over my fingers, because the vessel is too small for my appetite for peanut butter. Excuse me. I'll get a napkin. But yeah, it was a good use. Good use of my time. This apple is really past its prime in terms of like enjoyability, but I would say like it's too appropriate functions in the future. Like you can tell like apple's a little brown, and that was that way when I cut it. It is a Snapdragon apple. Never heard of that before, but it's quite sweet. Let me change that banner. I keep finding peanut butter in my mouth, which is no surprise. I was eating right until like 9 seconds before the sprint ended. But what was I saying? I was talking about apples, and I was talking about peanut butter, talking about pottery fair. I feel like I went, oh, yes, I was talking about the two uses for the apple. It would be either eaten like this with a topping, or I think what I'm going to do with the other one is cut it up into small cubes and like cook it on the stove with a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon, then make like a cinnamon apple cooked baked apple thing, and then I normally put that on well, you could do it on cereal, but I put it either on oatmeal or toast. I find those two methods to be quite good for old apples. I noticed Nina joined us. Hi. Nice to have you here. I also feel like I'm feeling conflicted at the moment about some news I have just received. Not really news, but feedback. I'm feeling conflicted about it. And I can't share with you said news, but it's not anything like earth-shattering, like, oh my god. Like, if that happened, my face would not be very neutral right now. But I sent some work of mine off to read to someone, and they have sent it back to me, and I'm realizing, okay, well, what now, universe? What now? If it really is that way, what now? And that's as specific as I want to get, but I think I'm going to be reading through this feedback. Probably gonna speed run it and do it all today. Because I can't control myself. I need I just need to read it. But it seems positive from what I'm looking at it. It was very much praise, and I feel like I don't really know what to do with that because what I thought I was gonna hear is not what I've actually heard. So if it is that way, if it is praiseworthy, then I'm kind of like, when is the other shoe gonna drop? Like, where's the reckoning? You know what I mean? Maybe that doesn't make any sense because I'm being so vague about this, but I don't know. I also need to get up and have some more water during my next sprint. I'm gonna go ahead and set up for the second running one. Like, I just want to really get into my feedback, see what's going on. Whatever it is, thank you, Nina. I will take your luck and store it in my pocket for a cloudy day such as this. Yeah. I'm just confused. I'm just confused, honestly. It was something I wasn't expecting. More like the events have lined up for me in a confusing way. That I feel like I need to act on as soon as possible, but I can't do that until I actually read the feedback itself instead of just like skimming over it. So I should do that. I should do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and set up the second writing sprint of today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this afternoon, and I hope you guys get to be productive this sprint starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ugh, I was not ready. But that is okay. That's okay. Hi guys, we're back from the second running sprint. How are we feeling? Nina was maybe productive during that sprint. Love to hear it. Oh, Secret Project Novella. Do tell. Also, wow, another 10K. When was the first one? Hi Lisa, how are we doing? I was reading. Sorry, I was eating some more apples, so. Oh, and I forgot to get more water. That's okay. I was reading some feedback I got on a writing thing I sent out. It's good, although apparently I'm realizing that I have been doing a grammar rule wrong for a very long time, and I was like, no. It's well, I actually think I'm right about it. So like, it's confusing. I'm like, okay, is this person who's reading my work, are they correct or am I correct? Because I thought I was right. So then I looked it up, and I'm not really getting clearer answers. But I'll tell you what the rule is. It's like, if I'm having a sentence like, she looked to the left and said, quote, does the beginning of that quote start with a capital letter, or because it is part of the entirety of the sentence, is it lowercase? And I'm not talking about like the letter I, or if you're starting it with a proper noun, but like if you're asking, she looked over there and said, that's nice. Like, would that be capitalized? Or is it inline lowercase? That's the question. The Secret Project Novella, that's what it's called. Secret Project Novella. You did open your document. It's a little horror-esque. Not quite, but a little. Oh, inspired by indie horror games. Yes, I 100% relate. I had a very large, I would say still somewhat of a big phase of watching people play Let's Plays. I hard relate to this. I love that. Hi Maya. Yeah, I think it's lowercase. So like in the work I sent out, it was always lowercase. So I'm getting feedback on it every time. Like, this should be capitalized. This should be capitalized. And I'm like, should it be though? Should it be? I don't know, because I feel like I wrote it intentionally, and I don't remember like if I did it consistently throughout the whole document. I feel like I knew what I was doing, but maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't know. Oh well, I don't follow this rule either, because I could be like, I don't follow this rule either. I like someone at Hacker could say, yeah, I was thinking about she shifted her weight to the left. You should really do like I will put commas between those, but I don't know, maybe it's just a stylistic choice, but I feel like the capitalization inside the dialogue, I don't know. I feel like it's contentious. It's at least contentious in the document that is mine right now. I like, because I feel like it looks better lowercase, because it's not like, I don't know. I just looked up some Grammarly website thing, but it said to capitalize it, but I don't know if I entirely believe it. Because rules change all the time. Even like this comma thing I'm talking about, like I would definitely be like, blah blah, comma, lower space. She looked away, comma, lower space, blah. Like that's what I would do, but like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I feel like. But also in here, let me type some in the chat. That'll be easier. Gosh, I gotta find one now. I gotta go back and find one, because I feel like this is an important question to answer, at least for me, because it's happening all over the place in this document, and I'm like, I need to know at this point, or else I'm gonna be like, wasting my time. Yes, I just searched through the comments of the document instead of I can't exactly control. Yes, hold on. I can definitely control F for that. Hold on. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm getting a lot of results for this. Okay. Okay. Here's an example from a book that I'm pasting it. This is from the document. It says, so that's your white knight, comma, Ayla said, and his girlfriend. But there's also other examples of this where it's like, let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, just every, let me see if I have any without the comma. I do have some without the comma. Yes, here's another one that also confuses me because there are two different cases going on here. Here's the other one. The other one is "Be looked to Julian one eyebrow raised and approving frown that said, okay." But is that capitalized or is it just like an example of what I'm trying to get it to mean? I don't know. Grammar can be really confusing. With commas, yeah. So that's why it's always lowercase in the book because I always use this style. I never, well, I don't want to say never, but like very rarely I'll be like period action comma phrase. But I feel like even if it is that, the said comma lowercase is the rule. But I don't know. I'm questioning. I'm questioning. I'm questioning it. Yeah. And so the other one is like this example of the said at the end of the sentence, but it's like it's not really being said, but there's no comma and it's also not capitalized. And I feel like this one, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the ways I have it here are the ways that I believe are the correct way. And there's also some other comments I'm getting about the other one I'm getting a lot of comments about is when you put a comma before the conjunction but, and at least this reader thinks, what do they say? They feel like the comma is unnecessary. So if I'll get to one in the first chapter, but like I feel like it is necessary. Like I feel like you do put commas like that. Like here's this thing that I'm talking about. He was a much of a people person, comma, but his father said he had a charming smile. I normally, like very rarely I don't put the comma there, but this reader feels like the comma should never be there. And I'm like, well, is this a style thing or is it a rule thing? Or am I just confusing myself because in German, the word but always gets a comma before it? I don't know. Oh, Nita, thank you for sharing your dialogue. Okay, but this makes sense because you put a period there in that prose. Like the period is there, that makes sense. But if it was a comma, would you make it capitalized they? The reason, like the reason this reader is arguing for the capitalized is because they are everyone's friend. Like that would be like an entirely new thought, a new sentence, therefore it should be capitalized. But like I don't know. What a privilege to have to worry this far deep into the weeds in my own book. No, this is the kind of thing I need to fix and worry about. Not characters, not plot, not pacing. I need to worry about commas and the punctuation of said comma quote. What a joy. Commas are the enemy. I really think they're causing me a lot of trouble. Oh, also, also there's a lot like I'm getting a lot of comments that some of my commas are unnecessary, but I feel like that just leads to like that's my writing style, so I'm not gonna. I understand like sometimes some sentences do have a lot of commas, but I did that stylistically. Some people don't like commas. That's okay. I'm a I'm a user. I'm a user of commas, and I think it's time that I come clean about that. Nina was never sees a comma in this case, which is when an action happens. So you have no clue. Well, I don't know. Yeah. See, you understand what I'm talking about. Commas are the English. Commas are the English. Commas are the enemy in English. And in German. Okay. The and should be lowercase because it's an interrupted quote with a second. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let it rest. I'm gonna let it rest because I feel like I did it for a reason because it's probably no secret what document I'm talking about right now, but it's a document that has not been on my writing desk for a long time. I have been querying this book for a while, and so like it is in its like final in quotes end quotes it's in final form, final draft, and I feel like I was very meticulous when I was copy editing, so I feel like I would have looked it up because that is something I have been confused about in the past, and I feel like I would have figured it out, and the reason I chose to do it that way is probably because I looked it up, and I feel like I should trust that I did it right. I feel like I knew what I was doing because I spent a lot of time with this manuscript. That's my opinion. That's what I feel like happened, and so I don't think I'm gonna change it because even in the chat right here, we're not seeming to get like a definitive quorum on like yes, that is the rule, because perhaps like language is just like it's a wizzy wazzy woozy, do whatever you want in terms of like commas and dialogue. I don't really know. Hi Michael. Hi, how you doing this afternoon? Yeah, I will probably look it up again, but I feel like I did it for a reason. It was probably fine. I don't know. I'll look it up again. Michael, if you're just joining, we're talking about like when you end a sentence on dialogue, but there's action in between the two pieces of dialogue, and like the action leads into the dialogue, and you put a comma, then you start the dialogue. Is that dialogue capitalized or uncapitalized? That's what we're talking about. Very, very minute detail. Yeah, grammar, it can be tricky. It can be very tricky. And it's very easy to fall into patterns of like you doing something one way for a very long time, and you think you were doing the right thing, but you weren't doing the right thing. So now you gotta unlearn that. And it's like, ugh, why? Why there's so many conflicting rules? Oh my god, Maya. You were about to absolve me. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yes, look at this. I don't want to feel so righteous about this, but I feel like, thank God I was right. I don't know. Am I right? This could just be one website. Okay, but if it's like this, what is the difference? Is it like if it's so I'm presuming this scenario is there was no dialogue until this point in the sentence. And this one is there was dialogue. But now I'm thinking, is hello, what's up the entire thought? Or are these two separate thoughts and therefore should both be capitalized? Like, does the idea of a thought or a separate sentence mean it should be capitalized? Or is it like just the fact that something is interrupting it, making it lowercase? This is so like, I'm just thinking about like all of the problems that we could be talking about right now. And this is so small. I mean, it's important to me right now in the moment, but just like the percentage of the population that would care about this very small grammar detail, and like it is amusing to me. And also just thinking about like when people read books, sometimes they don't even notice if a grammar thing is wrong. And I'm sure many books have been published with this exact grammar mistake that I'm doing, but this is so nitpicky and nerdy. That's why I love AuthorTube. It's fun. We have fun here. Okay. Nina says stuff is only capitalized when it isn't part of the dialogue or sentence. Like, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. But if it's not after a period, it should be lowercase. That's what I feel like. I feel like because I always put a comma, like in this sentence, I would put a comma after sat. I would lowercase it. I feel like that's the way. I feel like that's the way to do it. I could check other books, but oh my god. That's a good idea, but it sounds like a lot of work. When I could just pretend like I'm right and move on. You know what? I will pay attention to the rule when I'm just reading casually in general. I am reading some physical books right now, so I will try to pay attention to the rule and see what happens. Thank you guys for humoring me in this this very important question. I've also been getting comments about like shouldn't the and actually this is actually a very interesting topic that it's another tiny like an even smaller grammar issue if you could imagine it, but it is should the title of a class, like a high school class, be capitalized or not? Most of the time in this book I did not capitalize it, and apparently the rule is very finicky and obscure because the rule is like you should capitalize the school subject when it's a proper noun, but how do I know when it's a proper noun? That's hard because like if you're saying like I'm taking algebra this semester, I'm reading directly from the website. That's lowercase. But if you say he took philosophy, then it's capitalized and I'm like what is the difference? What is the difference? I don't know. I I I don't know. Same thing for like if it's languages, that'll always be capitalized because languages are always capitalized. But like he studied psychology versus he took psychology. One is capitalized, the other is not, and it's like I don't know. Just make it all lowercase and hope an editor catches it in the end because I don't know. Okay, we're back on the dialogue. That's okay. I know I sometimes speed past topics. So let me look at this. The dialogue of hi, what's up can be written as hi, what's up? Yes. Okay. This is validating me right now. So it can be okay. I think I'm doing it right. Like hi, she said and smiled, what's up? Or would it be hi? I think we're saying like it could be both. I think we're saying it's either way. And it's just it just like you gotta pick one. I have a feeling the best mode of action is to just pick one stylistically and choose that. Because I think both are valid, and they're like very subtle difference in meaning. But I feel like I always would pick the lowercase one. Yeah. Both seem to be fine. Yeah, I do that. I do that too. I use the M dash. I love a good M dash. I want to type one into the comments right now. There's an M dash for you. There's also an N dash, which is a little bit shorter. And then there's a regular dash. Ooh, all different sizes. All different sizes, people. It's so funny because like I actually don't remember the use of an N dash versus an M dash. I just always use the M dash, which basically means a really long one. Hi, Lisa. Well, good. I mean, you didn't need to hear that conversation anyway. It was way too it was way too like if you like grammar, go back and watch it, but we were talking a lot about commas and dialogue. I also woke up at almost 2 something. I had a very late nap to start my day today. I woke up around 8, tried fitfully to sleep again until 9. Was up for like 2 hours, took a nap, and then I woke up at 1:51. So it was a bit of a slow start to the stream. Yeah, so I can relate. I had a long nap. Oh, I put it in my in my subtitle, I see. Oh, you do like grammar. Okay, good to know. Thank you. I was just up way too late last night, so the nap tax sleeps for no one. Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and get this get the third sprint started. I didn't change that banner that entire time. But that is all right. Yeah, nap sleeps for no one. Well, you sleep for the nap. That is the relationship. I'm also pretty good of the way through the feed. I'm trying to remember. I'm talking. Can't escape naps. I'm talking, but I'm also trying to present at the same time. Multitasking. Easier said than done. Okay, here we no, click the right tab. I have so many tabs open. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have our third running sprint for 35 minutes, and we're all gonna be productive. I'm gonna can I finish my entire feedback in this 35-minute chunk? Maybe. I can't do it and also finish my apple with peanut butter. But gosh darn it, am I gonna try? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Happy writing. right, that was the end of our third sprint, friends. How we feeling? How we doing? What did we do? Michael had lunch. That's great. Lisa watched a YouTube video. Amazing. Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get this timer out of my face. I both finished my apple and my feedback. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that? Sorry. I just turned my head and Lark is giving me the most like I'm looking at you stare I've ever seen her give me. But I finished both of those things and I still had 10 minutes to spare. So I'm making one could call it a plan. I'm making a plan. Thank you. Nina got a whole bunch of outlining done. You're currently working on a beat sheet. That's great. Oh, Melon has a new video up. I'll be sure to watch that. Let me go ahead and type it down so I remember it. Okay. I'm scheming. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I am scheming. I'm doing a little bit of scheming, doing some research, one might say. Making a plan of attack. Sorry, I'm both reading and trying to talk right now, but I should be hosting instead of reading. I can do that during the next sprint. And speaking of the next sprint, I gotta pick ourselves a deck of cards so we can know how long we're sprinting for. We used this one last time. We love some good scheming. I do be scheming out here on a Saturday afternoon. I'm actually feeling like I want to show the Avengers deck some love. I haven't like. Oh, this. You know what? This isn't Avengers, but I feel like I picked it anyway. So that must mean something. It must count for something. This is my National Park deck of playing cards. Also a very beautiful deck. Next time, if I remember, I will choose the Avengers deck. Hashtag scheme street. You know it. I be scheming. Only time will tell. Oh man, where did I put the jokers? Why are they just in the middle? That's so chaotic. Why did I do that? I always hate hi Crowboy. You're kind of in my shot right now. I know. Can you back up? Thank you. He will take his spot right up there. That's where he likes to sit. I scheme, so you don't have to. No, I actually highly endorse scheming on this channel, so go off and scheme if you will. I normally take the deck of cards and the jokers and I put them face together and then I put them in the box like this, so I always know the first two cards are the jokers, but for some reason it was not like that when I opened the deck. They are cute though. One's a deer, ram, and one's a bear. A ram? Did I really just say ram? It's a stag. It's not a ram. It's a deer. A deer at best out of those two options, but truly it is a stag. Oh, I love a good scheme, Nina. I'm so glad you might have something to work on tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Is you doing 10K day tomorrow? You might have already said that, but tomorrow, dang, I'll be cheering you on. I hope you manage to get exactly the amount of work that you want to get done tomorrow. And I say that because knowing me, 10K day could never, not for me. But I hope you find it productive and get what you want out of it. It is a scheme stream. We streamin'. We grammar correctin'. We out here questioning the use of a comma. Crowboy, I wish you would like sit instead of like I wish you would lay down so I could lower my camera shot. I don't wish that you would like touch my tapestry though, because that do be a thin material, and I prefer you not to rip it because it is a vital part of my background. The Nina's planning on any good words. That's good. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting. Oh, almost dropped it. I'm so glad. No. I'm so glad you're getting back into it. I don't know what time it starts. Take a ski, leave a ski. That's a good joke, Michael. That's good. But anyway, how it works here on this channel, besides scheming and chaos, is I'm gonna pull 4 cards from the deck. Hi. He has decided to creep on the floor like a crawling thing instead of raining from above like a gargoyle. We're gonna pull 4 cards, and the numbers on the cards are gonna determine how long we sprint for. If someone would like to keep math from me, you will be my favorite for this stream. And if a second person wants to keep time, you will be my second favorite. But yeah, the jacks are 11. No, I mean, you're all my favorite. Like, I don't mean to play favorites. Yes, I do. But I only mean it in jest. I just think I just saw like a rules card. Yep. What is that? What is this? What is this doing in my deck? I mean, it is pretty cool though. I think there's actually one more of these in the deck. It tells you what. It's like an index. It has like what's on each of the cards, like which parts it is. Where's the other freaking one? There's no way I'm gonna find it this way. I'm sorry. I found it. Southwest, northwest. That's weird. That's weird. That's suspicious. That's weird. Why isn't it north, south, east, west? And it is instead southwest, northwest, east, and south. Are there not enough north or west or pure west parks? Seems confusing. We move on. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull. Oh my God! Nope. I didn't drop them. I did not drop them. Let that be on the record. It is pretty suspicious. I'm like, And stream is gonna starting at 4 a.m. EST. Oh wait, hold on. The math is not mathing. How are you gonna get 10K in 6 hours? That's like 6K. Man, that's like a writing speed of what is it? Is that 1,500 words an hour? It might be. No, it might be faster than that. It might be 1750 an hour. That's real fast. The math is scheming. You can't do 10K. You can't do 10K in 6 hours. Because when I'm at my best, I can maybe get 1,200 words an hour. And that's if I know what I'm doing and I'm actively drafting. I can't think of like 10,000 in 6 hours and straight, man. And I'm pretty sure y'all are like, it's sprinting, right? So it's not like 6 hours straight sprinting. There will be breaks in between. I can see 5K. 5K would be a stretch, but it would be doable. But 10K, man. Okay, that makes sense. I almost said that in German. Das mag Sinn. Ooh, it's so quiet now that the air conditioning turned off. I've been speaking a lot more German recently because one of my friends is actively speaking German to me because he also knows German. And if a German phrase slips out of my mouth, I will do my best to translate it once I realize that I've said that. But it might just happen. It might just happen sometimes. So I apologize if there's any gaps in comprehension from my fault. So I'm sorry. You can do 6 words in 10 hours, Michael. On a good day. Oh, here for German phrases. Okay. I shall endeavor to put more in. I shall put more in if that is my audience. I I do speak it quite often. We're gonna cut the deck and we're gonna pull 4 cards and we're gonna find out how long we're freaking sprinting for. Again, mathers, counters, your service is appreciated. Here we go. It is a 4. Ooh, oh, and this deck has beautiful art on it, so we're gonna spend a little bit of time here. But look at that. Doesn't it look like something like? Well, I was gonna say spacey, but it kind of looks like canyony. Like I love this like iconic, simple graphic art style. It kind of reminds me of that game you play on Google when there's no internet, like with the little dinosaur game. It is very pretty, isn't it? So it's 4 minutes. I can count. I can count that much. Here we go. A 3 upside down. I don't know what 3 reversed means in a deck of cards, but this is the Great Basin in Eastern Nevada. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? The tiny trees, so simple, so clean, lovely lines, like in a medallion format. I love that. Now, is this tree, like this one that's leaning, is it falling? Or does it just lean that way? Question we will never get answered, unfortunately. So that's 7 so far. It's not a very long sprint so far. That is okay, though. Sometimes you need like a shorter sprint. Ooh, look at that. I don't think I've ever seen this one. This one is a petrified forest from Eastern Arizona. Is that really what the name of the park is called? That's interesting. But like that log is just cut up. Those trees are cut up. And I don't know what, like, is this all hills? And is this thing, is that like another log? Is it a cloud? I don't know. I don't know. That is a very intriguing photo. And for my last trick, we have a 5. Nope, it's another 3. It's a volcanic. Wow. You know what? I'd never seen any of these cards today, and it just clicked in my brain. Yep, there are volcanoes with, somewhat active in California. That's really neat. I love how these trees look. I think they're so gorgeous. But this isn't a very long sprint, is it? It's like 3 + 6 + 4 plus. Sorry, I'm trying to see it. So that's like 10, 16. I think that's a pretty short. It's 16. Thank you, Lisa. I think this might be like the shortest sprint that I've pulled in a very long time. I'm not mad at it, but I do find it a bit ironic because every time I ask for a short sprint, I always end up getting like pushing 40 minutes when I pull these cards. But they've smiled upon me today. They're like, you didn't know you needed a short sprint, but you're getting one, girly. So we have a nice cool down of 16 minutes for a sprint. You know what? I think I want to speak on why I do like this randomness and also why my timers are not like 25:00. Like I think I just want to like mention that. Like the reason I put a little bit of unevenness into this streaming format is not only to like I have it be like a little fun, like random element, like, ooh, that's interesting, like you never know what you're gonna get. But it's also like embracing that unevenness and like randomness and things that do not end in like round numbers. That's okay. And like it's fine to like not stream for like a whole not stream, but like not sprint for a whole number. And I feel like there's value in like the spaces that we don't often get to experience. Like it's like you normally like write for like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Like how often do you actually write for 16 minutes? And I know that might seem like a silly distinction, but I just feel like having somewhat of a new experience, even though that's like such like a little tiny detail. Oh, you're sprinting for 16 instead of 15 minutes. Like it, like that newness, like the slight novelty of it makes it's not only like motivating for me to like do that length, but it's also like the new experience creates like not quite like a memory, but like a new sensation in the mind almost, and I feel like the more like newness and unexpectedness and chaos and like just like things that are not always like perfect and even, the more of that energy you have in your life, like literally your life will feel longer because you are doing not always the same thing. So I feel like that is why like I bring that to the table, and I just wanted like to share that with you all, like what my like mindset behind like the randomness is. And it's not just, oh, like I don't know what to pick, or I don't want to commit to always doing 45 minutes because it's a fourth sprint. It's more like just like the willingness to go with the flow and like lean into the randomness and chaos and like accepting that, I feel like is a valuable part of life. this may, perhaps I've thought way too much about this, but like that is literally like that is why I do it. Like that is part of my like mindset and my like approach to life. Like the more interesting things you do, and like also the more like you express your free will, like you feel ready to confront the chaos of life. And you also somewhat feel more like yourself because you're being individualistic about it. So that's why I do it. That's why I do it. Yeah. I also do like, oh, that's really sweet of you to say. But I also do the 8 seconds. We can peel back another layer here. But I do the eight, well, there's 2 layers to this why I do the 8 seconds. Because like one is to give me enough time to prepare to like actually mute, because it's a little tiny small pet peeve of mine when someone says we're going to sprint for 25 minutes and then like there's like 5 seconds of, oh, I gotta turn the mic off and I gotta transition, and now it's 24 minutes and 55 seconds. That's a very small tiny minute detail. That's one reason why I did it. The second reason is actually to honor like, and this might sound silly, it's not for everyone, but like my favorite number as a child was 8. And I'm like honoring my inner child in that way. And that's why it ends in 8, because that's like, I really liked that number when I was a kid. I don't ever think about it anymore, but she is there. She exists. She's in me, and that is her. So that is also why that is there. Yeah. Yeah, I just think like less perfect numbers are more interesting as well. And art is never perfect. Thank you. But yeah, that's a little bit of an insight into my psyche. Yeah, thank you. Um, yeah. I feel like my entire approach to life is centered around like the way I set my life up is to be able to handle chaos, uncertainty, and liminality. Ooh, people don't use that word often enough. That's a great word. Um, but yeah, I just thought I would share that mindset with you all, because I don't think I've ever said that on stream, but that's why I do it. It's not just be like, this is so quirky. Like, it's not just to be quirky. Like, there's an actual reason behind why I do it. It's not just, ooh, I have all these card decks. Let me show my card decks. The randomness has a reason to it. There's a method behind the madness. And that being said, the air conditioner is turned on, which means it is the end of my diatribe, monologue, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this onto 16 minutes. Let me go behind the scenes, get this set up, put the right layout on. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this stream, and also for the fourth and final random sprint this afternoon/evening. I hope you use this sprint to like get out whatever last bits of productivity you want today. I'm gonna be like continue to scheme on stream, and yeah, my newsletter will not be coming out until after my next stream, so I'm not going to plug it today. I also did not put it in my description today, so I will talk about that at some point in the future. But yeah, that's all I want to say. We're going to start the sprint now. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Happy writing. All right, friends. That was the end of our fourth and final random sprint of the afternoon slash evening. The air conditioner is having her turn right now, and yeah, just like I hope this sprint stream was good for you. I would say it was very good. I feel good. I feel better after doing this, even though I wasn't sure I was gonna do it. Oh, it's raining outside. It's like it is pouring. When did that happen? Anita, so close to the end of your outline. Congratulations. I just did a little more scheming. And I feel like I'm gonna continue to scheme once the camera turns off. I'm gonna continue to do that. Lisa, watch more of the video. I'm sort of clean the scary room. You got this, Michael. You don't gotta rub it in. It's so. Oh, I can talk now. Talk at a normal decibel volume now. It was just clear like 10 minutes ago, and now it is pouring. Wow. I was wondering why the sky was getting so dark. Yes, I will keep on scheming. And I am sending out good vibes for anyone else who has a scheme going on right now, and I hope they are fruitful for you. Like Nina, who has an outline to finish. So you will do that and go to bed, so you can get up for the stream, be able to do stuff. Wunderbar. That means wonderful in English. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so glad I did this today. Thank you guys for debating grammar with me and letting me talk about my weird number randomness that I do. Don't let your schemes be schemes. Keep chasing them. I am going to, continue to scheme, and then after, yes, I forgot. I need to plug the next live stream at the end of the current live stream. I will be live on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, I might see some of you there if you happen to be in an appropriate time zone to watch that. So I will see you there. And if I don't, I will see you at some other point in the future. Schemes do come true, Michael. Schemes do come true. This is a good bit. This is funny. But I must go. I wish you guys like. Sorry, I'm hearing noises behind me. It's my cat in the litter box. I'm like, what is that? It's very loud. But anyway, bye guys. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. Stop repeating yourself. It's time to go. I'm trying to find my video. Peace out. Good. Let your schemes be schemes.